Here is a complete guide for the brand new Chipmunks update in Roblox Grow a Garden. We're going to be covering each and every single thing that has been added in this update, including the new seeds, the new pets, and of course I'm going to be showing you guys the best way to go ahead and complete this event in no time. This is going to be the only video you need to watch for this entire event, so sit back, sit tight, let's get straight into this. So here it is, boys and girls, the Chubby Chipmunk event, and in this event you will be able to claim a lot of free rewards. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and hop straight into this event. First things first, you want to go ahead and claim your free chipmunk, which is going to be right down here. And this is what your chubby chipmunk should somewhat look like. Now obviously it's not going to be this big, but mine's pretty fat because there's a good reason for that. We're going to get back to it, but simply go ahead and claim your free chubby chipmunk. It is going to be right down here, and this thing is going to play a crucial role in this event. Like, you need this pet, make sure you don't delete it or sell it. Next up, all you need to do is head back to your garden and place down your chubby chipmunk. And as you guys can see, this guy has a pretty cool ability. So every dash minutes, this is going to be completely different for you guys. Obviously, the age of the chipmunk matters, the weight of the chipmunk matters. Eats a fruit in your garden and gains 0.050 kgs of weight. Once again, this number is also going to be different according to your chipmunk's weight, your chipmunk's age, etc, etc. Keep in mind, this does ignore favorited fruits, so if you do not want to lose any of your fruits, make sure you favorite them before placing this guy down in your garden, because he is immediately gonna get to work. After eating, an acorn will spawn somewhere. Collecting it gives you a random reward. So this thing actually has two abilities. There's a side quest and a main quest. This is gonna be the side quest right over here. You don't really need to do this, but if you guys go ahead and collect these acorns that spawn around the map, you will get any of these rewards right here. These rewards include things like the master sprinkler, the new nutty chest, reclaimers, etc, etc. Pretty cool. And guys, this is what the acorn is going to look like. Just like the fairy event, this is going to spawn around the map, and as you guys can see, collecting it will give you a cool little reward. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the main quest now, which is going to be right over here. So the entire premise of this event is to go ahead and get your chubby chipmunk fat. That's it. That's all you need to do. Go ahead and get this guy as fat as you possibly can, because as you guys can see, the higher the weight of the chipmunk, the more rewards you get. So at 1.25 kgs, you're gonna get a nutty chest, and so on and so on and so on. As you guys can see, each and every time you hit one of these milestones, you are gonna get a different kind of reward, and at the end, I believe you get a pecan seed, but you can't see it here because it's a little bugged out. You know how it is, testing server things. But yeah, every single time you guys go ahead and hit one of these milestones, you are gonna get a random reward. So as you guys can see, we have 3 rewards right now. In fact, we're almost at the 50 kgs pecan seed. Now what happens if you hit the 50 kg mark? Because your chubby chipmunk can only get to 50 kgs. Once it is at 50 kgs, which we will go ahead and see in this video, you will no longer be able to level up your chipmunk. So yes, you have to get your chipmunk to 50 kgs, and each and every time you are gonna get random rewards, including the brand new nutty chest. And yes guys, the nutty chest is the new grand reward for this. As you guys can see, inside of the nutty chest, we have the hazelnut, the farmer chipmunk, the persimmon, I think that's how you pronounce that, idle chipmunk, acorn, and finally the chinchilla. And guys, I'm telling you, the chinchilla is a low-key kind of good. We're gonna go one by one through all of these rewards, so sit tight. We also have a few other rewards, such as the energy chew, the acorn squash, a few cosmetic items like the acorn mirror, acorn rug. We also have a new seed called the ferntail, a new pet called the hyrax. You can also obtain the fortune squirrel from this. This is not new because of course we have it inside of the pass right over here. Okay, never mind, maybe I'm just stupid, it's not in the pass. So yeah, this is actually a new reward too, the fortune squirrel, which we are gonna go ahead and go over soon too. Starting off with the energy chew, basically what this thing does is refreshes your pet's ability cooldown. For example, if I go ahead and place down a space squirrel, and then we go ahead and boost the space squirrel just like this, as you guys can see, its ability is going to happen like pretty much instantly. And yeah, you can keep on using this as many energy chews as you have, and honestly guys, this is low-key really good. Like, basically giving you instant ability. Like, this is actually so OP. But first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at each and every one of the new pets we got in this update. Let me just collect these acorns real quick. They're practically practically just staring at me at this point. Ooh, some watering cans, I love it. But starting off with our first pet, the farmer chipmunk. This guy just makes all nutty plants grow 1.5 times faster. It's pretty useless, I'm not gonna lie, like it's not even a size bonus or anything, it just makes them grow faster, that's it. Now this might be useful for the event in the center here, which I completely forgot to talk about. Nutty Fever. Basically, all you need to do is go ahead and speak to this guy, submit all fruits, and every single time you submit any type of plant to this guy, you are gonna get this bar going up. This is a community event, and if I'm not wrong, this is very similar to something like the harvest event that happened ages and ages ago. But yeah, the main premise is to just go ahead and submit as many plants as you can. One more thing to remember is the rarer the plant, the more points you get. For example, common plants only give you 1 point, uncommon plants give you guys 2 points, rare gives you 3, legendary gives you 4, mythical gives you 5, divine gives you 6, prismatic gives you 7, and finally transcendent plants give you 8 points each. So each fruit you submit, if it is a transcendent, you are gonna get 8 points. But of course, it's very difficult to like farm a transcendent plants. So I recommend just planting a bunch of tomatoes like you have done in previous events and just farming these instead. As you guys can see, it is pretty easy to get to 1,500 points, and I bet this is even easier with friends. So submit all points, and as you guys can see, the nutty event has started. And check this out, guys, it looks really cool. Not only that, but the chipmunk has gone nutty and will perform its ability every 30 seconds, which is half the time, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, I recommend you guys go ahead and do the nutty event, because obviously it's going to give a huge boost to your chipmunk, which obviously means faster rewards, being able to complete this event faster. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on with the rest of this video. So moving on to our second pet, we have the idle chipmunk. So this guy's ability is pretty cool. Every 12 minutes performs a song for 9 seconds, and all other pets in your garden restore 1.51% hunger per second. So if you go ahead and do the math, that is going to be about 8.55 multiplied by 1.55. So you are going to get about 13% of hunger back using this pet. And honestly, this is a solid alternative to something like the moth. So I recommend you guys get 8 of these if you are one of those people that likes to age up their pets overnight by AFKing or something. Once again, pretty decent pet in my opinion. Now before we go ahead and look at the chinchilla, let's go ahead and talk about some of the other pets we got, such as the new Hyrax, which you unlock at 30 kgs. So basically what the Hyrax does is every 5 minutes consumes a random fruit in your garden and converts it into a Fisher berry. Fisher? Guys, I don't know how to pronounce this, please let me know in the comments down below. But of course, this guy also ignores all favorited fruits, so if you guys don't want your fruit to be deleted, favorite it quick. But now you might be asking how good the Fisher berry seed actually is, and as you guys can see, we have the Fisher berry plant right over here. So let's go ahead and collect it and see how much this thing actually sells for. Now this is a single harvest plant, but as you guys can see, guys, I have like 134 of these seeds, so they are very easy to get using this pet. But this thing is gonna sell for, let's see, 20,000 shekels, so nothing too crazy, but honestly guys, not bad. Once again, you can use this pet if you really care about the seed, but if not, I don't see a point in it. And next up, guys, we have the fortune squirrel. This is what the fortune squirrel is going to look like. Honestly, it's just a squirrel that's golden. And this guy, every 7 minutes, has a 17% chance to apply the jackpot mutation on your fruits. The fortune mutation could be obtained from the golden goose previously, but now you can also get it with this squirrel, and it has a times 50x money multiplier. So honestly guys, this is insane considering the golden goose was a 1% pet. So yeah, honestly, very cool. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about the chinchilla. Now unfortunately, I did not manage to get my hands on it, but I did manage to get a screenshot of someone who had the chinchilla. Ignore this image, by the way, this is just a placeholder or whatever. But basically what this thing does is every 30 minutes it goes to another pet, rolls around in dust, and makes that pet perform its ability 3 times in a row. Meaning whatever pet you have placed down, it is going to do its ability 3 times in a row. This is absolutely OP, guys. And honestly, I recommend getting this pet. Like, this is extremely good. I mean, imagine using this on something like the raccoon or the T-Rex or something. Bro, this is broken. I don't know if they're gonna nerf it, but it is extremely OP. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to all of these seeds you can obtain in this update. Starting off with the hazelnut, which is a 35% chance to get from the nutty chest. And this is what the hazelnut tree is going to look like, or the hazelnut plant. Let's go ahead and collect these and see how much they sell for. Once again, this is the most common plant you can obtain, but still, this thing is about 40,000 shekels. So honestly, guys, not bad at all. As you guys can see, 40 to 43,000. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Next up, we have the persimmon. I think that's how you pronounce it. Please let me know in the comments down below. But this is what the persimmon plant is going to look like. Okay, so here we have the persimmon fruit. Let's go ahead and see how much this thing sells for. And we have a slightly bigger one. Let's see how much this is. 80,000 shekels. Okay, not bad. Let's try a slightly smaller one. 55,000 shekels. And the smallest one I have sells for about 54,000 shekels. You know what? Not bad at all. The seed is pretty decent. Now, before we go ahead and check out the new acorn, let's go ahead and talk about some other seeds you can get from this event. Starting off with the acorn squash, which you can unlock at about 6 kgs. Here it is, boys and girls. This is what the acorn squash plant is going to look like. So once again, let's go ahead and try and sell these and see how much they actually sell for. 14,000 shekels. Okay, that's pretty bad. And this one is going to be about 14,000 shekels. Okay, something tells me that the values for these are not confirmed. I'll try and have the real values of them on screen very soon. Once again, we are in a testing server, guys, so things are not confirmed. Anyways, moving on to ferntail, you can unlock this at 25 kgs. This is what the ferntail plant is going to look like. It looks kind of similar to some other plants we had in the game. If you guys remember what plant that is, please let me know in the comments down below, but let's go ahead and collect this. But anyways, guys, this is what it is going to look like. I just want to specify, by the way, I have not used the sprinkler method on any of these plants. This is the natural size of the ferntail. For some reason, it's absolutely huge. But let's go ahead and see how much this thing is worth. 1,800 shekels. Okay, the price is definitely not confirmed, but guys, once again, I'm gonna have the real price of this thing on screen for you guys. Next up, we have the pecan, which you can unlock at 50 kg. So when you go ahead and complete this event, this is what you are gonna unlock. And here it is, boys and girls. This is what the pecan plant is going to look like. Kind of underwhelming for working so hard to get it. I wish it was a little bigger or something. But anyways, let's go ahead and see how much this thing actually sells for. So a slightly smaller one is gonna sell for about 90,000 shekels. You know what? Not bad at all. A slightly bigger one is gonna sell for 95,000 shekels. So honestly, guys, this thing is not bad at all. Once again, you get it for free. Like, you don't even have to do anything. Just place down that chubby chipmunk in your garden, and yeah, you're basically gonna get this over time. Alright, guys, so next seed is obviously gonna be the acorn, the 1% seed, and unfortunately, I did not manage to get this. So shout out to this person. I'm gonna be using their acorn for this video just to quickly show you guys what the acorn tree actually looks like. And as you guys can see, this is what it is going to look like. So here we have an acorn with the friend-bound mutation, which we can go ahead and remove. But as you guys can see, this thing is worth about 7.78 million. And as you guys can see, the friend-bound mutation is a times 70x money multiplier. So if we go ahead and do the math, so this number divided by 70, the acorn is going to be worth about 111,000 shekels. So honestly, nothing too crazy, but I feel like this thing is going to be between 100 and maybe 150,000 shekels. So honestly, guys, not bad at all. Of course, it's not anything crazy. Once again, not every seed has to be as good as the Bone Blossom or the new Crimson Thorn or whatever. No, guys, it does not have to be the best, but still, this thing is not bad at all. So the testing server has updated, and we have a few changes in the testing server, starting off with the passive rewards. As you guys can see, you will still get the master sprinklers, the crates, and the chests, but we have a bunch of other things, such as medium toys and treats. We also have a grand master sprinkler, a rainbow fertilizer, and a pet shard nutty. This is going to be a 0.24% to get from the brand new chipmunk passive rewards. And no, you cannot get this from the mutation machine, so the only way to get this is from the passive rewards there. And I'm telling you guys, this mutation is low-key kind of good. So the nutty mutation, every 20 minutes, the pet's next ability use has a 20% chance to activate twice. Otherwise, this pet loses a level. Basically, if its ability is used and is not failed, it will basically activate another pet's ability twice. But if the ability fails, then this nutty chubby chipmunk is going to lose 1 age. So yeah, pretty crazy compromise if the pet does fail, but still, this mutation is very, very good. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Additionally, inside of the cosmetics shop, we have a bunch of new fences. As you guys can see, we have a bamboo fence, a dark lantern fence, which looks really, really cool, a vine fence right over here too. In fact, we have a bunch of new fences. As you guys can see, we have a flower fence, a fall fence that has been in the game actually, a light fence, which looks really cool, ancient oak fence. But yeah, there's a bunch of new fences you can get from the new fence section inside of the cosmetics shop, and this of course resets every 4 hours. Inside of the crafting place, we also have a new fruit called the Evo apple. To craft this, you will need all of the previous evolution plants, as you guys can see right over here. And yeah, this is basically a new evolution plant which you can go ahead and evolve to level 4. Pretty cool if you guys want to go ahead and craft it, but of course if you don't, I guess it's just a thing in the game. Oh, one more thing that I completely forgot to show you guys. Once you go ahead and finish the entire quest, aka getting your chipmunk to level 50, or getting it to 50 kgs, you know what I mean, you will have to pay 1 trillion shekels to reset this quest, or 89 robux to go ahead and reset this quest. And once you guys go ahead and reset this quest, as you guys can see, your huge chipmunk that looks like this, let's go ahead and reset this, is going to turn back into a tiny little chipmunk. And yeah, you'll have to go ahead and feed him up again so he's nice and big. And you know, you can keep on repeating the process over and over again. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. It means a lot. This is the brand new Chubby Chipmunks update. If you guys found this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. We are so close to 350,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about this update in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Peace out.